Hello, my dear students and the rest of the learners. Welcome to part 40 of a 95-part series of tutorials in object-oriented programming in C++. In this presentation, we are going to look at our next type of inheritance by the name hierarchical inheritance. My name is Mehmet M, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. What happens in this type of inheritance? In this inheritance, a single class serves as a base class for more than one derived class. It is illustrated as follows. So simply, this type of inheritance inherits properties directly from several classes. So like in this case, we have two derived classes at the same level. One class is called C triangle. It is inheriting its properties from the base class called C polygon. And we also have another derived class called C dimensions, also inheriting the properties of the base class called C polygon. So the C triangle and C dimensions, both of them have equal rights and access to the members of the base class by the name C and polygon. So in this example, the class called C polygon is common base class for classes C triangle and C dimensions. Its syntax is as follows. So we have reserved one class, then derived class name 1, colon, access specifier, name of base class 1. And then we have our second derived class. So we have class derived class name 2, access specifier, then name of base class 1. So you can see that both of them are sharing the base class 1. For example, if you have a class called C triangle, a derived class called C triangle, driving or accessing or inheriting the properties of the class C polygon, we write it as you can see. Then we can also have another one called C dimensions, accessing or inheriting the members of the base class called C polygon. So the following is a sample program implementing hierarchical inheritance. So as usual, we have our comment there. It's computing the area and displaying that area of triangle. Then we have hash included outstream. We have using namespace standard. Then our base class C polygon, and it has 3 internal members and data members of type integer by the names width, height, and area. And then we have a public member method called enter values. And this is similar to the previous program that we learned in presentation number 39. So it is displaying the name of the function that is being executed that has been called. It's prompting the user to enter the width and the height of the polygon. And that's what that method is doing. And that's the end of our class definition. Our next class is a derived class. So class C dimensions, it's inheriting its properties from the class called C polygon. So it inherits the dimensions of the polygon. And its definition is as follows. It has a member method called output. Now this member is, once executed, will display the statement. Output function has been called to display the dimensions of the triangle. And then this triangle has a height of, so it will display the value that it has inherited from the polygon class, from the C polygon class for height and also for width. And that's what that function or that method will do. Our next one is C triangle. It's derived from a C polygon, which is base class. So it inherits the dimensions from C polygon class. What does it do? It has a method called compute area. Now it displays, once executed, it will display compute area function has been called to compute area of triangle. Then it will compute, or the statement for computing the area will be executed, where it will pick the value from the width member and the value from the height member. So it will pick the value in height divided by 2, multiply that value by the value in width, and then store the results in the member called area. Then it will display the statement, the area of triangle similar with similar dimensions as polygon is. So it will pick the value called area and display it in the screen or on the screen. And that's what that class or that method will do. Note that width and height are in the class called cPolygon, while area is in which class? Look here. Where is area? When we have area, if you look here, cPolygon, the work for the method called enter values is simply to read the values for height and width and store them in the respective members. And as you can see, area is also a member of the class cPolygon. And because the class cDimensions is inheriting the properties of polygon, that's why it is able to pick the values for the member called height and the value for the member called width and display them on the screen. And then because this other class called C triangle is inheriting the members of the class polygon, that's why it is able to compute the area, read the value in width and height, compute and store that in area or in the member called area. And also it will display the statement, the area of a triangle with similar dimensions as polygon is area. So that's what those classes do. You can see. Now, to control the way those statements are executed, we have the following core statements, or we have the following statements in our main program or in our main function. The first one is to declare an instance that can be used to manipulate the members of the class called C triangle. That is TRG1. So we are also having another instance called polygn, which is for manipulating the members of the class called cDimensions. So it's of type cDimensions. From there, through the instance for C triangle, we can be able to invoke the member or the method called enter values. So once that statement is executed, the control will be taken to enter values. That is this member here. This method here perform this activity, and once this statement is executed, control will be taken back to the main function, and the compiler will move or will read the next statement. So this statement will be executed. So the function or the method called compute area will be invoked. So once the statement is executed, compute area method will be invoked, will be executed. So the control will be brought to this class and perform this activity here. And once this statement is executed, this one, the control will be taken back to the main program or the main function. Next, this statement will be invoked. So the method called enter values will be executed. So where is it? Enter values, polygon, this one. So once this is executed, it will go back and execute the statements under the enter values method. So you can see this statement and this one, both of them are invoking the same member. They're invoking the same method. Simply, I'm doing this for the purposes of helping you, my dear students, and the rest of the learners understand how this kind of inheritance works. And then from there, the control will be brought back and this statement will be executed, which will invoke the output function. The output function. And where is the output function? It is this one. So once that is done, the control will be taken back to the operating system and the program will end. So my dear students, the following is a demonstration on how we can compile or we can code, compile and execute a program that we have looked at in C++, the programming language. So what we are going to do is I'm going to launch C++ program in my computer. You can also do the same. So this is our program. Then I'll start a new project. Win32 console, and then I'll call this. We have looked at our program and we have seen that this program is implementing what we are calling, just as a reminder, look here. This is hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. So we are going to call our program. We are going to save our project as hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. Remember, you should always give your projects meaningful names. And then now click on finish. If you're using other versions of C++, just as I said in the previous presentations in this series that are accessible under Meliswap ICT YouTube channel, it's always important that you give your projects and your programs meaningful names. So my program is hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. I'll click on and. From there, I'll copy my program. This program. If you have copied it in your exercise book or in your 1D processor, you are free to code it in your C++ editor. So in my case, or on my case, I have already coded my program in a 1D processor. So what I'm going to do is I'll just copy my program. That is my program. I'll just copy this program. If you have also written yours in a 1D processor program, you can, or in your 1D processor application, you can just copy that program and paste it on your C++ editor. So click on paste. So this is my program. Once you have done that, you click on save. You click on save. From there, remember, if you have already coded your program in a 1D processor, like on my case, you just copy and paste it. But if you have not, if you have written it in your exercise book, you can always write statement by statement from your exercise book into the editor of the C++ program directly. Once you are done, you click on save. Let's now compile our program so that we see whether it has any errors. For Visual C++ 2010, you just click on build and then you click on build solution. Now you can see that my program has been compiled and there are no errors which have been found, meaning it has been translated from source code to objective code. So from there, we can execute our program by clicking on debug, then start without debugging. But if your program has any errors, you click on start debugging. If you have issues on how we do that, kindly follow my previous presentations in this series, beginning with the first in the 95-part series. so that we are able to gain a clear understanding of the flow of our programs. So you can see that already the first statement to be invoked is the one which is under the polygon, is the method called enter values. So I'll enter 3 for width and 5 for height. You can see that once you press enter key, the program, the compiler is able to invoke the next function, the next method, which is compute area. Where is compute area? Compute area is under the derived class called C triangle. So the area has been computed and the value has been displayed on the screen. The area of a triangle with similar dimensions as polygon is 7. You can see we are being prompted to enter values again for our next width. So we can type 4 and 6. Why is this repeating? It's because I've repeated the coding. And then we can see we have been able to display the height of our next triangle and the width. So we just press indicate to continue. And that's how we implement this kind of inheritance. So from there, my dear students and the rest of the learners, we have come to the end of part 40 of the 95-part series. You can continue to part 41 of this series, in which we are going to learn how we implement inheritance in object-oriented programming. Congratulations, therefore, for learning part 40 of 95 on hierarchical inheritance in object-oriented programming. You can access videos for the other parts in object-oriented programming series, as well as other computer or ICT videos by clicking or tapping on MLSWAP ICT YouTube channel below this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel by tapping on subscribe button below this video in YouTube if you have not already subscribed, or if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, kindly write to us through the email emilyswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless.